Vaya.
Om Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Tato Jayamudiraye
Tato Jayamudiraye
Nashta Prayeshva Bhadreshu
Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Nityam Bhagavate Sevaya
Bhagavate Uttamasloke
Bhagavate Uttamasloke
Bhaktin Bhavatir Naistiki
Bhaktim Bhavati Naistaki
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Devaki Nandanaya Cha
Devaki Nandanaya Cha
Nandagopakumaraya
Nandagopakumaraya
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Hare Krishna. Welcome all the devotees for the Srimad Bhagavatam discussion. Today we are going to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 8, text number 19. The canto name is The Cosmic Manifestation and the chapter name is Questions by King Parikshit. Please repeat the sloka behind me. Tattvānāṁ parisaṅkhyānaṁ
Tattvānāṁ parisaṅkhyānaṁ
lakṣaṇaṁ hetu-lakṣaṇam
lakṣaṇaṁ hetu-lakṣaṇam
puruṣārādhana-vidhir
puruṣārādhana-vidhir
yogasyādhyātmikasya
yogasyādhyātmikasya.
Word by word meaning. Tattvānāṁ
Tattvānāṁ
of the element that constitute the creation.
that constitute the creation.
Parisaṅkhyānaṁ
Parisaṅkhyānaṁ
of the number of such elements.
of the number of such elements.
Lakṣaṇaṁ
Lakṣ
symptoms.
symptom.
Hetu-lakṣaṇam
Hetu-lakṣaṇam
the symptoms of the causes.
the symptoms of the causes.
Puruṣa
Puruṣa
of the Lord.
of the Lord.
Ārādhana
Ārādhana
of devotional service.
of devotional service.
Vidhiḥ
Vidhiḥ
rules and regulations.
rules and regulations.
Yogasya
Yogasya
of cultivation of yoga system.
of cultivation of the yoga system.
Adhyātmikasya
Adhyātmikasya
spiritual methods
spiritual methods
leading to devotional service.
leading to devotional service.
Cha also. Translation and purport by Divya English Sabhay Charna of Basic Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. There is no purport in this sloka. Please repeat the translation behind me. Kindly explain all about the elementary principles of creation.
the elementary principles of creation.
The number of such elementary principles.
The number of such elementary principles.
Their causes. And their development.
And also
the process of devotional service. And the method of mystic powers. Very good. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilidam yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swami iti namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavad Pashasha Teshatarane. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So today's sloka, Parikshit Maharaj is asking the question to Sukadeva Goswami. So this entire chapter, it is questions only from Sukadeva Goswami. Sorry, from Parikshit Maharaj to Sukadeva Goswami. So in this sloka, he is asking about Parikshit Maharaj is asking about the elementary principles of creation. So we studied that this entire earth, how it is got created. We know the basic 5 elements. According to our science, it is 5 elements: earth, water, fire, ether. Like that, the 5 elements we'll say. And as per the scriptures, there are 16 elements. So that includes along with the 5 elements, our senses, our 6 senses also added there, and along with that, the organs, our the sense organs, that is also added. So 5 elements plus 5 sense organs and the 6 senses. So including this 16 elements. So all these 16 elements, that's what the further chapters will be explained by Sukadeva Goswami to Parikshit Maharaj. So Lord gave the basic creation. It is combination of all this, any living entity, if you see here, or anything, whatever you are thinking, whatever you are seeing here in this material world, everything is combination of all these 16 elements only. These are the basic elements. For something, some of the elements may not be there. For example, if you see the plants and trees. For the plants and trees, there is no the sense organ like eyes are not there for the plants and tree, and nose are not there for the plants and tree. So this is the way some of the elements are less in some of the other living entities in this material world. But still, all the living entities are comprise minimum the 5 elements. That's the 5 basic elements, and the remaining all the other elements, it is based on the developed consciousness that the living entities will have. And a human being is the topmost developed consciousness in this earth, in this planet Earth. So that is the reason all the 16 elements are there in the human being. And other animals also having this. And only the other animals and the human being, what is the difference? What are other living entities? Like, for example, animals, we can take animals only. The animals also having all this, whatever the human being has, everything, thinking, willing, feeling, everything the animals also has. The only thing is differentiate the animal and the human being is the human being can understand his position, and he can make development in the path of going out of this material world. And animals, they cannot think what is the purpose of life, why I'm here, why I'm suffering. Animals cannot feel that they are suffering. So we heard that Indra got a curse, and Indra born as a pig in the material world. That's the curse he got from a sage. And he became a pig, and he was staying in this material world. Along with his family, he had a family of pig family. So he has a wife, children, everybody. So he was happy in that. And he was staying in the filthy place. And one time, Narada Muni came, and he reminded him that, Indra, you are a heavenly king. Because of a curse, you become a pig over here. Why don't you leave this and come there? Because there is so much of enjoyment is there. Why you are struggling here in this material world? Like that, Narada Muni asked Indra. Indra in the form of pig. The response provided by Indra is astonishing, because the response what he provided that, so I have my wife, I have my family over here, I have my kids, I'm happy here. He is in the form of pig. I don't think more than this happy I will get there. So this is the way the living entities are bewildered in this material world, according to their consciousness. So we also thinking that, oh, I'm happy in this material world. How can I? We are in the search of happiness in this material world. Because the material world design is designed as a dukkhalayam asashvatam. That's what Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita. And the design of the material world is with the, even though these 5 elements, this and that, but with all this, only thing is, we are all in the put in the certain circumstances so that we will feel that, okay, it's a painful, this place is full of painful, let me go out of this way. So when we will think in that way, then the path of going out of this material world is, we will get it. And in Shastras, there are, for the human being, there are 5 puruṣārthas. So the 5 purposes of human beings are there. So usually people used to say it's a 4. Dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. So the purpose of living entities in this material world is dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Like that, this one only saying. So dharma. So we have to follow the dharma, the religious principle that is called the dharma. So what is dharma? We should not give problem to other living entities. We should not tell lies. These are the dharma. You should not fight with others. You should not quarrel with others, and you should not take others whatever that belongs to others. You should not take whatever is available with you. You have to satisfy with that. These are all the dharma. This is dharma. So the person, it is for only for the developed consciousness person, consciousness living entity, they can follow this dharma. For example, animals, they cannot follow this dharma. They cannot, they don't know, because their mentality is just for to eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. That's all. Beyond this, they cannot think anything. So this dharma, artha, kama, moksha, it is specifically the puruṣārthas. It is for the living entity who has the developed consciousness. So according to our earth, it is the developed consciousness living entities. Human being is the only developed consciousness living entity. So they can work on this direction. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Artha means the wealth, whatever the wealth, accumulating the wealth. Because if you see the other animals, no animals accumulating the wealth. Day to day, they will go out. Today I will get a food or not. They think only that. Animals think only that. Today I will get a food or not. How can I defend myself from other living entities? How can I take rest? Where can I take rest? And how can I enjoy with the opposite sex? So this is the 4 thing only the animals will think. And they won't accumulate anything for their next day also. Okay. Have you heard about any animals? Elephant. Okay, today elephant got so much of fruits and so much of grass, leaves, everything. Okay, let me keep it for next day. They won't. They will always move and they will think about how can I next day, how can I gratify my senses? That is the only thinking. How can I save myself and how can I enjoy this material? Only these are the only senses, these are the only thinking in the animals. But the human being is a kind of a different creation because of the little developed consciousness and the intelligence. They can think about this dharma, artha, kama, moksha. So that means kama also is there. Kama means it's a lust and desire on the things. That is also the enjoying propensity. And artha, so artha, that is also only specific to human being. I want to say more wealth in case of land or money or some gold, silver, accumulation of wealth. That is artha and kama. So if you follow dharma, accumulate the wealth, and the third thing, kama, you can enjoy that. And what will happen? And finally, you will look for the liberation. So these are the 4 puruṣārthas, the purpose of the human beings. It is said in the commonly. But in the Vaisnavism, especially in the Gaudiya Vaishnavism, Gaudiya Vaishnavas cult, there is a fifth Panchama Puruṣātma is there. So what is the Panchama Puruṣārtha? That is purpose of life is love of Godhead, love towards the God, prema bhakti. So that is the fifth Puruṣārthas. So this is the common people, they will stuck in this four, dharma, artha, kama, moksha, this Puruṣārtha only. But the person one step ahead who are aligned with the devotional service, who accepted the Supreme Lord, that person, for that person, there are 5 Puruṣārthas. So the 5 Puruṣārthas, they won't bother about first 4, dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Of course, they will follow dharma, they will accumulate the wealth, they accumulate but not accumulating the wealth. What is necessary for to keep their body and soul together? Only that much they will accumulate, that is artha and kama. The kama in the sense, the pleasure and desire. So that the desire, they will always think about the desire of the Supreme Lord. Not they won't think about how can I myself need to enjoy. So that is the when the living entity come into in that situation, that consciousness to give the pleasure to the Supreme Lord. Because the Shastras are saying that Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhaktir Uchate. That is the topmost devotional service. Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam. Rishikesha. Who is the Rishikesha? The Supreme Lord is the Rishikesha. Rishikesha. Rishi means that is the senses. And Kesha means master. So who is the master of the senses? The Supreme Lord is the master of senses. What is the topmost of bhakti? What is the devotional service in the topmost is Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam. So to give pleasure to the senses of the sense master. That is to give pleasure to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is the devotional service. So the person, once convinced on this, the dharma, artha, kama, moksha, and they understand the purpose of life, when they take it into the next level, like, okay, myself, I born in this material world, somehow or other, I born in this material world, and this material world is surrounded by all are not Vishnu Turdas or Goloka Vrindavana. No, this is this material world surrounding we are seeing. What are the surrounding we are seeing? There is a thieves, rogues, who are drunkards, rapists, terrorists. Only these kind of people are surrounded by us. So we cannot identify who is who. Because the animals we can understand. Okay, if you go near to the tiger, like tiger's qualities, it will kill you. And lion quality, it will kill you. Elephant, it is dangerous. And if you go near to the cow, cow may not do anything. And dog, cat, most of the animals are, it is a kind of for self-defense, they will do all those things. But in human being, the nature of the human being, the developed conscious human being is, it is calm only. They will be always compassionate to the other living entities. Because of the developed consciousness, they will compassionate, they are merciful to other living entities. That is the quality of the human being. But are we seeing that such quality in all of the living entity, all the human beings around us? Compassionate, merciful? No. Only the pure devotees of the Lord, they are in the quality of compassion to the others, merciful to others. Because they are the topmost developed senses. That is the reason they are able to think about they are able to do mercifully, they can give the knowledge to others. They are compassionate to all the living entities. They don't entertain the killing the other animals or give suffering to other living entities. So these are all the topmost qualities. So when we are following this, the process of devotional service, whatever explained in the Srimad Bhagavatam, the further chapter, Sukadeva Goswami is going to explain the further in this further chapters, further cantos, is talking about is going to talk about the process of devotional service. It is not just a philosophical way. He will explain through how it is demonstrated by the previous acharyas, previous our forefathers, and the Lord himself, how he appeared. So these are the different way he is going to explain to us. So it is kind of a movie. So that's what he explained. See, if you wanted to give some philosophical understanding, what we need to do, we have to connect that with the kind of a movie. Then that will be remain in our mind. Otherwise, what will happen? We will forget the philosophy. So just talking about the philosophy, it won't get into the person's mind. So that reason we are talking about the philosophy along with the pastimes of the Supreme Lord. So that the living entity like us, the human being like us, we are the dull, because in the Kali Yuga is dull-minded. We are the less intelligent people. So we cannot immediately pick the devotional service. Even though the process is defined in all the scriptures that doing the devotional service is the topmost, and especially for the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, loving get the loving service to the Supreme Lord, and that is the topmost devotional service. It is a prema bhakti, which is connecting with the Supreme Lord. That is the topmost. So in order to get to that level, we have to practice our entire life, because we are stuck with kama, krodha, labo. Kama and krodha means most of the people are affected with desires and krodha and anger. So desire and anger, these are the two things which will affect our progress in devotional service. So in order to first, these are the two things. Sometimes the entire life maybe go, or it may be multiple lifetime also. We need to come back again and again to get away from this kama and krodha, because the life force in this material, the center point of this material world around us, the human beings are around us in this two only. Lusty desires. They have the lusty desires. To enjoy that desires, to satisfy desires only, all the living entities in the material world, we are roaming here and there. So the Lord created this material world for that purpose only. The person who wanted to enjoy this material world, who nodded toward this material world, they also wanted to enjoy like a Lord. So then envious on the Lord. So why Lord only enjoying? Let me also enjoy. I also want to enjoy. When that propensity came, God created this material world with this principal elements. And not only God gave the senders, okay, you go and enjoy. It is not lifetime. Sometimes you can say that the person who did the most abominable activity, they will put in the jail for the entire lifetime. So in the entire lifetime, he has to go in the atonement. They have to be in the prison only. If Lord also put us in that way, what will happen? None of us will think about going out of this material world. We will again and again, we will repeatedly take birth in this material world. But Lord mercifully gave this process of devotional service and method of mystic powers based on our consciousness. Follow this. Finally, everybody, all the living entities, they need to align with. They will come to the higher consciousness, like a human form, they have to take the human form. Then they have to practice this method of devotional process of devotional service. Then that is the topmost. We can see that there are many other processes to get into the liberation. People say that meditate and then Om Shanti, you say, then you sit and say, then what will happen? You will get a liberation. Don't do any activity, just sit and meditate. But and somebody is doing the Ashtanga yoga. You do the yoga asana. Doing the asana, control your senses, control your mind, and then go to the meditation and just consciousness on the Supreme. Supreme, they won't think about Supreme, they'll think that the light, they'll concentrate yourself on the light, Brahma Jyoti. So like that, there are so many methods are there. Even though people are following this any method, finally they have to come to the how the developed consciousness we are seeing. Like that, the people in this material world, they have to come to the level of devotional service to the Supreme Lord. That is a Bhakti Yoga. That is called Bhakti Yoga. Whatever the other yoga system you are following, finally you have to come to the Bhakti Yoga so that we can reach the Supreme Personality of Godhead easily. And that is the ultimate goal of life. Other yoga system, if you follow, it won't take to the proper destination. Other yoga system, it is for the stepping stone to the devotional service, the stepping stone to the Bhakti Yoga. So other yoga system, we should not stuck with the other yoga system. The current modern way of people, they are stuck in the basics of the yoga system only. They are not come beyond that. Because there also they are wanted to enjoy the pleasures. They are saying that if you do this yoga, your body will be flexible, you will be more enjoy this life. That is the propaganda done by the so-called yoga people. So that is the reason the yogasana they are doing. People not able to think that yoga means it is the link. Yoga means the literal meaning of yoga is link. That is the connection. What is the connection? Using this, whatever the activities, the steps specified in the yoga asanas, that will, if you do this, then the next level is you can link to the Supreme Lord. So the thing which are connected with the Supreme Lord, that is called yoga. But the current modern world, we are thinking that whatever they doing the gymnastic exercise, that is yoga. So that is the way people are thinking they cannot go beyond that. Because they are also the lusty feeling of we have the lusty feelings to enjoy this. So if I do the yoga, I will be young forever or young for some more time. The old age won't come and disease won't come, so that I can enjoy this material. By doing this yoga, we need to think that okay, if I do my yoga, I may be always fresh, and that will help me to progress in the bhakti. So if in that intention, if you do the yoga and practice the bhakti, that will be useful. Otherwise, just following the gymnastic exercise and being like enjoying propensity to enjoy this material world, it is not going to take us to anywhere. So the only thing we have to understand in this material world is the further chapters what Shukadeva Goswami is going to explain to Parikshit Maharaj is talking about what is the basic principle of this creation and how the elements are connected with each other and what is the different process of devotional service and the different method of mystic powers. How can we get into the topmost yoga system, which is Bhakti Yoga. So all these are clearly explained. So the getting into the path of the intelligent person will catch the Bhakti Yoga and he will get out of this material world very easily. So today's sloka we discussed the question asked by Parikshit Maharaj about the elementary principle of creation and the process of devotional service and the method of mystic powers. These are the explanations Parikshit Maharaj wanted from Shukadeva Goswami. So in the future chapters, Shukadeva Goswami will give the answer for this. Hare Krishna. Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.